The biggest LARPers on the internet.
LARPing,
Yeah.
aka live action role playing. This term has been
That's not
applied
the
to
meaning.
basically everything on the internet. This word's already burnt and overused by TikTok, but there's some cases where it fits really well. And specifically, what I'm focusing on in this video is people who pretend so much that it feels like they're role playing. They got into character and everything for this. These have got to be the experts of LARPing. But a great
For those of you who still don't know what LARPing means, like he said, essentially people acting like they know something when they clearly don't, and then trying to act like they genuinely know it. Like, and then when people pursue them about it, they're like, "No, I know what I'm talking about." To basically be performative, to fit into whatever niche they need to, to cloud chase, or it can be multiple reasons: cloud chasing, feeling like you're in a community, or just trying to make people believe that you know what you're talking about for whatever ego as well, I guess.
place to start would be those internet gurus. And the amount of times I've fallen for internet gurus thinking they live this lifestyle when they don't is crazy. I actually thought they were lit. But in reality, they just got a rented Urus for 2 days and they're taking pictures of the steering wheel. So
And fully, and then they sell their course on how to get rich, which is most of the time just common knowledge things that you can search up on the internet for free, and then that's how they make all their money. And then once they make that money, they can use that money to further fake this lifestyle.
they can sell their course for
Yeah,
$59.99 a
exactly.
month. And now every time I see one, I know they're full of shit. We've all seen those fake ass alpha male influencer courses that are marketed to us as life changing.
You are failing. You have to lock in. Bro, what the f is you even talking about?
It has to be one of the biggest examples of LARPing online right now. The people who make these courses try to sell you a dream. They rent cars, houses to put on this rich and successful image. People will do anything to make cheese, even LARP a
Then that's the thing. Like when people see this who don't know that they're like LARPing, I don't know, or just faking in general, then they feel like they're not achieving enough in life, which then makes them feel bad. And then when they see like, oh, we're selling courses on how to, stop wasting your life, then they just all of a sudden like, okay, this is the only way I can improve my life because that's the recency bias. And then they buy these courses, and then they put in the time and effort to attempt to prove their life, and they do prove their like the thing is this like those courses, they're going to improve your life, but not into like the Lamborghini type of life, probably like general knowledge which you could have gotten on the internet, but it's just the fact that they got it from this faker, which they believe is real, and they think if I just follow this I'll be able to become a millionaire, which of course they don't become a millionaire, and if they do, that's nothing related to the actual book, but rather how do you explain this? But rather, it's just the fact that they put in the effort to prove themselves, which they could have done in the first place. But it's just that kick of motivation. So it's not good, but it's not bad. But it's more bad than good.
successful person so they can turn you into the method. Like their whole identity online is just flexing to people. That is pretty much it. I don't know. That's kind of a sad existence. I can't lie. And there's so many skits on TikTok now just making fun of the fact that people do this.
You like my car?
This is your car?
Yeah, man. You want to see it?
Bro, please. It's literally a dream car of mine.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Go ahead,
Color
check it
is
out.
amazing. So you want to make your first $1 million a month, but don't know where to start? Well, trust me, I know how to help.
Yeah, this is really how people move
That
on
is
the
really as
internet.
well.
It's crazy.
And the thing is, it's on the internet, so you wouldn't know. So that's why I always tell people: take the internet with a grain of salt. Never truly believe something unless you can factually fact check it.
Hop in the Lambo, take a picture of the steering wheel, take exterior photos of the car like they're on Turo trying to get a rental, and then they'll insult you, which is the icing on the
Yeah.
cake. Why do you buy a course from someone that is insulting you? It just doesn't make sense. This method used to be so crazy back in 2022 that it's now in college lectures, and it's got people's attention.
How to LARP. Post on social media. Pose with stacks of cash. Share videos of luxury cars.
And even this could be technically LARPing because this is just summarizing what schemes or like fake influences are. It doesn't actually explain to like why you should be doing this. So this you can class this as LARPing. So this is a LARP in a LARP. It's a LARP matrix.
Exotic trips. Act and dress like you're rich.
No way, dog. No way this shit is getting brought up in college lectures. It's really just basic information that you could get online anywhere.
Yeah, exactly, for
So
free.
I don't get why this is actually a topic in a college lecture. Now, this can't be a LARPing video without Kai Cenat. I swear he's one of the most beloved streamers of all time. And now he went to LARPing on a Kai's Mind channel, where he's just promoting Vivette. by doing dumbass shit. Because what do you mean Kai made a hate wall? What the fuck?
I got a hate wall of all the hate that I received.
Yo, no way I'm seeing reaction images on here and everything. This can't be real life. Obviously, I don't hate Kai as a person, but this shit is just hilarious, bro. What are we doing? And even when he described his outfit with the song, he said, Viva La Vida by Cosplay. Not Coldplay, Cosplay.
If you could describe your outfit with a song, what would it be?
Viva La Vida. Viva La Vida by Cosplay.
I talked about it in another video. He even said, do you know who that is?
Okay, I'm not even gonna lie.
You know who that is? You know who that is?
That's another one sec. That's another thing that really makes me mad personally. When people LARP and then they even in them LARPing, they get it wrong. Like their whole personality that they're trying to fake, they can't even fake that. Like it doesn't even take like 2 seconds to search up the actual artist and find out the name. But they didn't even put in the time or the effort to put that. They just want the clout or whatever their goal is through that LARPing. And that just makes it's just a general frustrating because like the people that genuinely love Coldplay, and then for him to call it cosplay, it's just like, well, what? It's a spin in the face, but at the same time, it doesn't matter that much, but it still matters.
Yeah.
We damn well know you're not listening to Coldplay like that. The thing that was frying me the most is when he was recording on his 3DS for Kai's mind. He's just doing all this extra shit for no reason. He's trying to say he was on
Performative.
episode 100 something in One Piece and then called Luffy Lofi.
Watch One Piece. Yeah. You don't. It's too long though, bro. Nigga, what last episode you was on? 100 and Apple.
Okay, name 3 characters.
Lofi.
And the thing is, again, this is the internet, so for all you know, he could have finished One Piece, watched all the episodes, knows like his name, Luffy's name. Woo, I'm a LARPer. Luffy's name, my bad. And just because he knows people are going to act the way they're going to act, say Luffy instead to rile clout. So he's fake LARPing to LARP, which is like insane. Like to think about. Like his whole thing is he knows the information, but then he acts like he doesn't know the information while trying to act like he does. So he's fake LARPing to LARP to make people, and this makes people talk about him more, and which leads. I'll always say this: unless it's something super egregious, and even then, any clout is good clout. Bad clout can be good clout if used correctly. So you'd never know. You'd never know unless he told you personally.
People who don't even watch One Piece know who Luffy is. And for all I know, Kai might just be clip farmer.
Exactly, that's what I'm
Clip
saying.
farmer of the century.
Clip
Which is
farming.
what we got to talk about next. Clip farming in general has to be one of the greatest ways to LARP of the decade. Now, obviously, it depends what you do when you clip farm, because some people will do the dumbest shit possible in order to get a clip. They will do anything for the clip. They will just clip farm naturally. But nowadays, people just force. They overreact and they LARP for clips. They don't even let things play out. They just force clips. And streamers like Jack Doherty will do the most ridiculous shit for clips. He got himself banned from the PGA Tour. How do you even do that, bro? Like, what the f? Was it really worth the clip? This dude paid somebody $100 to yell while a golfer was mid-swing. Yep, $100 to say jackass and get yourself banned. And this dude, Jack Doherty, tried to pay someone else to do his dirty work. If you sit there and tell me that this is peak entertainment, yo, you're fried.
It's not peak entertainment in the term of like he's actually working hard for it. But rather, people again, it's still something above the average. It's still clout. Like, oh my god, what's he gonna? People are gonna think, what's he gonna do next? Like he got banned from DJ. Like you just said, it's crazy. But the whole point of it being crazy is the point. So people are gonna say, what stupid thing is he gonna do next? And that's what they watch it for. And he knows that. That's why. Like I always say, like a part of me believes that Jack, of course, he knows what he's doing, but he's smart. Is he morally just in what he's doing? Probably not. But for his goal to be a cloud chaser and make as much money as possible and have fame, this is probably like one of the quickest and the easiest ways to do it. It doesn't take that much time or effort or much thought to put into anything. Just make someone do something crazy, get views for it.
Waste management right now. He's about to yell jack to the golfer for $100. Let's go. Oh my god, he doesn't even know he's about to come.
And that 100 cost him nothing in the grand scheme of things. Like this was probably a while ago, and it's still being brought up today, which brings up his name. People remember him. Like, oh, I wonder what he's doing up to. Search up his name, watch a video, and he's just made money from it. He's probably made 10x from what this cost him. And PJ, he probably doesn't even like golf, so this isn't gonna really go. I've never went to any PJ or golf tournament ever in my life, and I don't think I ever will. So this doesn't really affect him in the way that people are probably going to who enjoy golf will ever affect them.
Jack it up! That's $100. I got you. Come on. That wasn't me.
Right here, right here. You're gonna get trusted. Get him out of here. Get him out here. Ban him from the PGA Tour.
People will really look for any type of opportunity to make a clip. Now we got to talk about performative males.
Oh,
You want to
yes.
LARP, hit these guys up. Because these people will all of a sudden vibe with a certain type of music because the girls are around. All of a sudden, you got dudes bumping Clara when the girls are around. And now they're scholars too. They're reading. It's basically just people forcing hobbies that they don't have. Like, obviously, there's nothing wrong with reading or listening to Claro, but there's some people who like aren't genuine about it. They just fake it for the girls. This has got to be the most performative dude I've seen in my life going around recently. His TikTok is basically about giving comebacks to toxic women and quote unquote staying toxic. And then he'll start off his videos by saying,
Want to break his ego?
sometimes it's like some weak ass shit, but other times it's like genuinely toxic. Why would you ever do that to somebody?
Want to break his ego? Text him happy birthday on the wrong day. Show him how much you...
And again, he's a performance. Like this is like he's a performative male. That's the baseline. But for all we know, outside of this whole TikTok bubble, he could be a genuinely nice guy. He could have a genuinely nice friends, living a genuine nice life, and have a genuine nice girlfriend. And none of this applies to him. But since it's on the internet, it targets people who... The internet's filled with crazy people. So there are people that genuinely want to ruin other people's lives, when men and women alike. So this hits someone that genuinely is going to try this and hurt someone else, and he just goes scot-free while making money. So that's the whole point. Like, he's clip farming, being performative, and he's LARPing, and he's fake LARPing. He could be doing any of those, and you wouldn't know. All you know is this is an internet video that I like, and I liked it, and then you act upon it.
care.
And at the end of every one of his videos, he turns around in his chair and he says,
Stay toxic.
this was some weak shit. I wouldn't even care if someone texted me happy birthday on the wrong day. I would say thanks, but that shit's not today. Like, what? Do you want me to be like raging offended? How is this supposed to quote unquote bruise my ego? I would...
Some people's bruise. That's the thing. Like, if you have a decent words, if you have a general understanding of things, you won't get mad by that. But there are people that are just going to get like, oh my god, she's cheating, or this, that, the third, insecurities, and they're going to be mad, upset, or hurt. And that's the people that's usually the people that are being messaged this.
just be confused if anything.
Want to break his ego? If he asks you, am I the only one you're talking to? Reply and say yes. The others are 8s, 9s, and 10s. Stay toxic.
Oh, I get it, because the only one you're talking to. Okay, why would you even be talking to them in the first place if you thought they were a 1? Like, that just doesn't make sense. And the craziest part about these videos is the people in his comments
Exactly.
eating this shit up. I saw a comment and it said they were obsessed with the stay toxic part. But we got a grown 30-year-old dude, almost 30, talking about bruising men's egos and making comebacks for shitty toxic relationships. At this point, you should be starting a family. I'm just gonna be, okay, I might not even start a family at 30, but you should be past that level of maturity. This whole aesthetic became a meme last year. There was a performative male competition at my college. I'm not trolling, bro. I'm not even trolling. Or they'll put on Frank Ocean just for the image of their story, just for the aesthetic. They'll really pretend like they're about it. Staged pranks. This type of content has already been around.
The thing with personally, I don't know, man. I like stage, like, even when a prank is, it depends. Like, if the prank is staged but you're aware it's staged, or if the prank's so good you can't tell if it's staged, I'll gladly watch it, because it's like the whole point is to get the message across. But there are obviously people that do pranks and you can clearly tell they're staged when they're trying to make it look like it's not staged. So it's like, it just depends
For
what's
more than a decade.
stick
at
your
this
boat
point,
on.
I'm lying.
I don't
It really
know.
started with the fake prank wave back in like 2016.
Yeah.
With Sam Pepper, Fousey Tube, and all those other pranksters. But now it's become more of a normal thing. You literally can't scroll on social media without coming across multiple stage videos. And there's like thousands of pages filled with people LARPing and posting fake public pranks, acting like we're gonna think it's real. This is really a classic type of LARP, but it's outdated as hell. There's no way people are still falling for this in 2026. Somebody will really cast some random in their prank for $50 just for them to fall for and put on their best Oscar level acting. They're dead ass role playing. This one has to be in the video. And especially those fake couple pranks, bro, those were everywhere. And some of them still go viral to this day. Boyfriend or girlfriend, whoever was the subject of the prank, they would get so heated to the point where they're yelling at the top of their lungs. And I mean, some of them have Darman level acting. I mean, to be fair, if I was in one of these stage pranks, thinks I would have Darman level acting. I don't know how the hell I would act in one of these. I would just sit there and be like, oh no, you're cheating on me. Baby, no, don't leave me, no. Now we gotta talk about pretending to be a fan of something. This is classic LARP right here. Now look, there's a difference between getting into something and being a fake fan. If they're over here acting like they love this shit for the aesthetic, then you just know they're D1. A lot of people LARP things like anime and music. As for anime, the Kai Cenat example will do.
Okay, name 3 characters.
Luffy.
Okay, obviously, I'm not trying to act like
Luffy?
LARPing is worse than death. It's not the end of the world
It's
by
not.
any means, but it's just hilarious. Like, this dude Kai said Lofi with a straight face, bro. I'm done. Like, look, I've only watched like 10 episodes of One Piece, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yo, bro, I'm actually on like episode 250. Yo, the plot's getting crazy, bro. Luffy's really doing his anime thing. Like, I'm not gonna, like, bro, what? There was also this Chainsaw Man LARP that went viral. Okay, look, I'm not trying to act like I'm a Chainsaw Man fan. I've never seen Chainsaw Man in my life.
What's her name? Renee? What's her name? Renee?
Ooh.
Renee.
Rose.
My fit. I did the makeup and the contacts, but it's
Who are you?
backwards.
Say who you are.
Asa.
That is not Asa, by the way.
Chainsaw Man.
Okay, if you're gonna sit there and dress up as a whole ass character, you gotta at least know their name. That has to be like the coldest
has to be
grass
like
is green type of take I've ever said in my life. Now, speaking of LARPing fandoms, we gotta talk about Baby No Money.
Yes.
This dude's been getting fried for doing LARPs.
If he's truly, he's just
To
LARPing to the
basically
max,
every
man.
fan base. He'll just latch onto it just to promote his music. People say he's LARPing because he's been caught stealing other cosplayers' videos bar for bar. He even said himself that he became one of the biggest LARPers on the internet. So I at least had to mention Baby No Money. But now we gotta talk about me. At college, I'm the biggest LARPer of all time. I don't know what the hell I'm saying during a presentation. You know, I gotta get into the role a little bit, especially with those like canvas.
Again, there's nothing. Certain LARPs will always be fine. Like, you know, waffling. That's what I'm looking for. Like certain LARPing things, I would classify them as waffling, are purely just for the comedic effects. Like if you have a presentation that's due, or, you know, conversation that you don't know, you have to back your boy up or your girl up, or you just something requires you to basically put on a show or just yap. Waffling is what I think of more than LARPing. Like he's explaining waffling. For I don't know if that's a British term. Yapping. Most people call it yapping. Just talking absolute BS. Most of the time, you can just if you're friends with the person, they go up and they go up for a presentation. You know that they're waffling. You know that they're just chatting the most BS. But you know the teacher might not know, or like people that aren't friends with them might not know because they just assume, oh, he knows what he's talking about. He sounds confident. This and the third. So that's what it feels like he's
peer
talking about
review
more.
reply type things, and you gotta like glaze the reply but also like give them criticism at the same time. Whole lot of LARPing, because I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not qualified to review anything. Or when you're asked a question during a presentation and you don't know,
You
what
just
do you
gotta
do
start.
aside from LARP and just bullshit? You really gotta fake it until you
Because
make
they're
it.
not gonna
You know,
question it.
occasionally we will all LARP from time to time, or well, TikTok's definition. But yeah, watch this video right here on the end screen. YouTube thinks you'll like it. Go watch it now. Run, go.
Oh, boy, like I said, LARPing comes in all different shapes and sizes. I LARP, you LARP, we LARP, let's LARP. Oh, thanks for watching. Peace.